Okay, today I'm going to explain how you can create your own products. And it all starts with your brilliant idea. And here, this is something you have to do your own market research or just come up with a brilliant idea yourself. We will go into this more in a further video. But what it is important to remember is that you have to think about what type of material that you will use because this will greatly affect your production costs. A product in metal has a completely different uh, cost price than a product that is just paper or fabric. So this is clearly something you have to take into account if you have a small budget, that a product in plastic might not be attainable depending on the production methods. But we will get into this later on. The second step is to create a prototype, and you can try to do this yourself. For example, you can take some cardboard and cut it out, or you can try to use paper or another material just to create a simple prototype. And it doesn't have to look anything like the final product, but just gives you a feel of how it should work and how it should look like. And this easy prototype will allow you to get some feedback from people that you want to sell it to. And maybe if you're lucky, you can even get some pre orders already. So that would be great if people already want to give you their money because they really believe in the product. So once you know quite clearly what you want, so how the product or the product should look like, you can go to upwork.com, and that's a website where you can hire a product designer. We will go into this in a further video, but you should just try to find someone who has quite some experience and who is easy to work with and has good reviews. So just filter based on some criteria, but we will get into this. Next step, the designer creates a design document. And this document is very, very, very specific. This goes into every single detail of your product: types of material, the dimensions of the products, the exact design, and so on. Because the manufacturer will use this document to create a sample and eventually the final product. So this design document is really, really, really important. It has to be very clear. So once you have this document, you can go out and find a manufacturer. There are several ways to do this. You can just look yourself on Alibaba. You can go to a trade show, or you can hire a company to bring a manufacturer to you, which is the easiest option because these companies often can negotiate with several manufacturers and can help you to find the right one, because it might be challenging to find the best manufacturer for your products. And sourcing companies already have these contacts and they can bring you the manufacturers to you. So to find these companies, you can just search for sourcing company in Google, but we will get into this later as well. And then the step after this, when you have found your manufacturer, is to create the sample. And this is just a very small production batch, but these units will allow you to see if the manufacturer can deliver the quantity you want and also the quality that you want. So these samples are very important, as you can use these to iterate as well, to even refine the product even more. And you have to work with your manufacturer to really make sure that the samples are perfect before you commit to the next step, which is producing the products. And this is going to be a very important step. Then once the product is done, you send an inspection company to make sure that the production is done well. And finally, once everything is done, you can just launch the product online and sell it to your customers.